So just like for an overview, just to start off, I don't know if the other guys were experiencing this as well, but man, we're getting a lot of flack, or at least I was, for like map picks and shit, like much more than normal, much more than London, for example. And just to explain, like, I would say 80% of it, it's like not constructive at all. And it's very clear that people don't understand how vetoes work. So I'm going to explain it one more time just for people that might not understand how map picks work at the tournament. We were number 1 seed, so we're Team A in every series we had. Yeah. So the way vetoes work is I start with banning a hard point. I ban one map in each mode. You don't ban multiple maps. Okay? You ban one map in each mode. The other team bans one map. And then you pick out of the rest of the maps that are available. It's not like there's not like multiple maps banned. So if anyone doesn't understand how the veto system works, that's how it works. There's multiple maps up for picking. Okay? So basically, I would ban a hard point, they ban a hard point, I pick an open hard point, they pick the other two. We go to S&D. They ban an S&D, I ban an S&D, they pick the map 2, I pick the map 5. For control, I ban a control, they ban a control, I pick from 2 controls. Okay? That's how vetoes work.
GG's this weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay? So we'll start there. I caught a lot more flack for like map picks and stuff throughout this tournament, but people love to say that like whenever we lose the map. They always say, like we go through the series, and then after the fact, they're like, why the fuck do we play that map, dude? Like, thanks. So, like, when I'm doing vetoes, we have a plan going in, right? We have a plan, like, going into the tournament and throughout the tournament of what maps we're going to be playing a lot more than others. We also have a plan going into like later matches of because we know we're like 90% sure going into series what the maps are going to be, because they're pretty consistent for the most part. You get the occasional map pick that you're not expecting from the other team, but you can kind of control that with the map that you ban, things like that. Also, people love to blame individual players on the team. People love to blame X, Y, and Z of like, oh, wow, what, dude, this guy is so stupid. We played that so stupid. Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes we do play situations stupid. And other times, like, people watch through CODcaster. Right? So, like, I feel like when people are watching, you get, like, you know what's going to happen on CODcaster. The players don't always have that same information. You know what I'm saying? So, like, all the flack that people give, so, like I said, 80% of it, not very constructive. And then you could tell other people give feedback that's pretty constructive. And I appreciate that. Like, people that actually know what's going on and give, like, some good insight as to what might be going wrong. You know what I mean? But, man, like, I got a lot of it on socials this weekend, which is just kind of annoying. Because I feel like we were pretty well prepared for the weekend. And I feel like our game plan, obviously our map win percentages on like S&D, for example, wasn't ideal. A lot of those came down to very, very close situations that are going to annoy me for probably until the next tournament. Controls went pretty well for the most part, besides the one we played versus 100T and Gen G. The 2 we lost, obviously. The Gen G one, the control, we legitimately got outplayed. The 100T one, I feel like we should have won. We just came out in the first 2 rounds on that where we played like burgers, to be honest. Anyways, I'll get into more specifics. But yeah, I think the game plan for the tournament in terms of map picks and stuff went really well. There were some times where the series kind of got flip-flopped of the maps that I thought we were going to win and didn't win. Going into pool play, we played the units first, like previous denial team. Had a reverse sweep off the rip, didn't really set the tone for the tournament at all. We just came out so goddamn flat, and I'm like, I just rolled my eyes. I'm like, fuck, here we go again. Like, that's not, you know? Like, we come in with our map pick, first map of the tournament, and we come out so flat. It's super frustrating. We're able to reverse sweep that series. So, like, the resilience we showed in a lot of these series was really, really good. Extending the series out to give us a chance to win them very, very good attributes to have in a team. However, man, day 1 and day 2, just super flat. Super flat. So that's not fun. I feel like we definitely came out on Sunday with a lot more fire. We lost the first map versus E United, but then we were able to get the 3-1. So, like, even when we had slow starts, when I would go up there and talk to the guys in between maps, they were in a much better headspace. And that was awesome. Because, like, obviously on Sunday at London, that 100T loss, like, just fucking shattered our mentality, I feel like. So, like, I feel like that was really good improvement coming into this tournament. They were very, like, headstrong. And they were in a good state of mind to play the rest of the maps and win the series. So that's awesome. So terrible start versus units. You get the reverse sweep. The other 2 pool matches were clean as fuck, to be honest. So we make it out to winners. We play FaZe round 1. I was super surprised that FaZe lost to Epsilon in that pool. They got second, so of course we play FaZe round 1. And FaZe looks so goddamn good in hardpoint. And control, to be honest. You could tell FaZe made a lot of improvements coming in from London. That was a tough series, man. So we come out map 1 frequency. It is one of their better maps, but also a map that we were sticking with throughout the entire tournament. And man, they come out and fucking smoke us map 1. I was like, oh shit. That's not good at all. Then we go to the map 2, Arsenal. I think we lose that, what? It was like 6-5, I'm pretty sure. It was close. Super happy with our Arsenal S&D, one of like our mid-tier S&D maps that like we're okay with teams picking. I think we picked up on a lot of things that we weren't doing before on the map, and we improved a lot on it. Like going into playoffs, I'm super happy with some of the improvements we made on some of our middle tier S&Ds. I'm not obviously not going to go into that stuff too much. Not going to touch on S&D a lot, but so we go in with that. We have to reverse sweep in winners round 1, which was absolutely insane. We played a good 3 maps to close out the rest of that series. Being Team A, super clutch because we're always going to have a payload or a frequency S&D map 5, which is really, really good insurance in case we do extend the series. So, like, having Team A is super important. 52 subtrain. Love to see it, man. Minute left if anyone has a prime, so I want to keep it going. So, yeah. Of course, the frequency, we finally lost it versus Gen G in that last series to get knocked out, which is frustrating. But, yeah, being Team A, being that number 1 seed was super, super good. Having that map 5, we can go into a map 5 S&D and be like, fuck yeah, let's go. One of our, always going to be a strong map for us, which is dope. So yeah, the ending of the FaZe series, obviously, that last frequency, Seth got that one-on-one versus Cell. Cell played it pretty terrible, to be honest. But man, that was good energy. The venue, we were all going nuts, bro. Because I was watching in the stands, and that last round, I was like, let's fucking go, Smithy! That shit was dope. Like when the venue gets fucking lit like that, it's one of the best feelings. It's so cool. You can feel like you just get like an adrenaline rush. It was insane. So we win that crazy tense series, reverse sweep to start the day. Great energy going into the next match. So we wait a while. We play 100T later on in the day. We come out. Bruce drops a fucking million to win map 1. Map 2, they just looked a lot more comfortable on the map compared to us. Obviously a map that we're not super comfortable on, which is annoying, but just kind of the way it plays out sometimes. A map that we don't have a lot of reps on as well. Only so much you can do to prepare. Like, you can prepare online, you can talk about stuff, but once you're thrown into an in-match situation, it's like some things just maybe don't go well, which kind of sucks. So we're clearly outmatched on the map 2 in that series versus 100T. And then 3 and 4 happened, which were extremely frustrating. I think we had a definitely good position to win both maps 3 and 4 versus 100T and winner round 2. I was very upset with how we played Control Gridlock. If you watch the VOD back on that, you can tell that the game plans on defense were much different. We did not play as aggressively as we needed to on defenses and hold areas of the map that are just necessary to make the map a lot more difficult on the other team. So, like, we played Gridlock Control previously multiple times throughout the tournament, and we played them a lot better. But a team like 100T, like, punishes you a lot more for when people don't go to the right spot or don't get to hold down an area with the correct timing. So, like, the Control Gridlock pissed me off because I could just tell that their like mentality of how fast they were playing on defenses, which was better than ours. And we've talked about it so many times too, but man, they're tough to break out of certain spots. And they played it quite well. Too many ego challenges. I mean, I guess no, I don't think so. Not on the control. Too many ego challenges. I don't think so at all. I think it was more like they got pushed up to like house a lot on defense, and we needed to like fucking just slow down for a second. We were trying to like match that speed, match that energy to get house control back, and they were just able to win more gunfights in that situation. So I don't think it was really ego chows, to be honest. We definitely had some ego chows throughout the tournament, don't get me wrong, but in that particular one, I don't think so. Hasi Hardpoint, just disgusting. Man, that map was pretty close, and I knew if we out-rotated them to Lambo, especially, we were gonna win that shit. And we had spawns for it every fucking time, but we didn't play the back correctly at all. And, like, it sucks because our setup wasn't really that bad. But the fact that we gave a first blood up at back vines twice is just unacceptable. And again, a team like 100T, if we're playing another team in that situation, we probably bail ourselves out with gunfights. But you can't really do that as much with 100T. So the fact that we gave them a free kill at back vines, let them pinch at rock and spawn us in fucking Narnia both times is just fucking, it's unacceptable, you know? And the players know that. And if you watch the VOD back too, it's like our setup wasn't really that bad, but we should be, we need to be playing a safer spot at the back. And like you can see the first time Seth gets caught on timing, he throws some shoulders back there. And I think the player makes it to like at the fences over there at back vines and he gets shot in the back or something like that. And yes, that is a mistake, but it's like, man, if he just throws one more shoulder and sees that guy instead of turning and getting shot in the back, that fucking sucks. You know what I mean? It plays out completely different if he sees that guy instead of turning his back to him. However, he could be playing a better spot to not let that happen. You know what I mean? But man, it's like, it's split-second decisions, and that's why we always say small mistakes, small mistakes, small mistakes. Like, if he throws one more shoulder, he sees the guy at the back, he gets a gunfight, he could probably win it because he has the advantage in that situation. He's the one playing defense in that scenario. So that sucks. I feel like we played that Hasi hardpoint pretty damn well. And the fact that they were able to just break on first push at Lambo both times. Man, if you watch scrims, if you watch other matches, like that rarely happens. And it happened to us twice in the same scenario. God damn it, that sucks. Ugh, super frustrating. Super frustrating. We need to just play a little bit safer at the back to play more information. They shouldn't get a free kill at Vines both times just to spawn us out. Super frustrating because we played the rotations fucking well. So I was super mad at that one. We end up losing 3-1 versus 100 Thieves. We go into Sunday. We play E United first. We lose map 1 Seaside, which, you know, they're a strong Seaside team, so are we. Just kind of happens that way. Seaside's one of those maps that it's tough to bounce back on sometimes. But man, we come back out. We take a strong map 2 S&D. And we were able to win that series 3-1. Kind of cruise on to the next match. We play FaZe again. It goes to a fucking map 5. And here's where I caught most of the flack for picking frequency again. And the way we thought about it is, again, if you know how vetoes work, you can kind of see which maps they probably banned record-wise. You could, I'm not going to go into like our veto process and stuff, but based on the maps that were left, if you look at the records for both teams, I don't think the map 1 frequency again was necessarily a bad pick, even though they had beat us on it the day previous. We had just come off beating 100 Thieves on frequency hardpoint, and we had just come off beating E United on a frequency hardpoint. Going into the next match, we have momentum on a map. You look at the map records as well. I don't think the FaZe map 1 pick was really that bad of a pick if you look at numbers and sort of our game plan in general. And, you know, when we have multiple maps open, it's not like we have long conversations about what we want to do, you know? Sometimes it doesn't go your way. So anyways, that goes to another map 5. We're able to win it again, which is another crazy series. FaZe, again, much improved. Really, really fucking good team. Really, really good team. We're able to clutch up on that one. Pretty back and forth series. Yeah, it was really good maps. It was a really tense series, both very strong teams. And then we go into the match So we beat FaZe, move on to top 3. We play Gen G. Again, I got more flack for letting Gridlock Hardpoint in, which, again, it's pretty annoying. Like, we have a plan. We have a plan when we let certain maps in. And again, their Seaside Hardpoint record is fucking astronomical. A lot of people probably don't know that or pay attention to that. But when it comes to vetoes, you know, it happens. So, back and forth. I was very upset with how we played the map 3 versus Gen G. We had looked really, really good on frequency control. They had just come off a loss as well. I need to make this alert way smaller. Holy shit. Well, thanks for buying a black jacket. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I need to make that smaller on this screen anyway. So yeah, back and forth. We get to map 4 Gridlock Hardpoint. We're down 1-2. And man, we come out fucking hot on the Gridlock Hardpoint. I was surprised. And then, as per usual, we have a massive lead. They start getting some streaks back. We go back to the rotation to Middle Hill. We're hellstorming. They're hellstorming. It turns into a shit show. They end up getting spawns for a second. They're almost bringing it back. It goes back to Tree. It's fucking Teach has a clutch War Machine, I think 2-piece to break back in for Mirror Side. That map was insane. We should have closed it out 250 to like 120, but no, we always take our foot off the gas. I don't know what the hell happens with comms or what, but it's like we have that much utility. There's just no reason they should be able to work their way back into maps and shit like that. But Gen G played it well. And then we go into the map 5. Or actually, fuck, we got to talk about the Hossie S&D. God damn, I was throwing my shit around everywhere backstage. I cannot believe we lost that Hossie S&D. That clutch that they got that ended up getting them streaks, dude. Like it won't happen again. I know that. Because, like... But, like, fuck, dude. Oh, man. It sucks because we're playing these S&Ds, like, very well and consistently. And then something so stupid like that happens. Oh, it hurts so bad. Like that, he ends up getting streaks off of that play as well. And then the Mox clutch on frequency. Like, the timing, bro. Yes, there's probably, like, 2 or 3 different things we could have done better, but like, fuck. Oh my god. I could not believe it, bro. I could not believe it. It sucks so bad. Oh man. And then of course we finally lose the frequency S&D on the map 5. And we end up getting knocked out. But man, sucks. Our S&D record could have been better. We had some close ones that we let slip away. That Hossie S&D was the obvious one that... Whew. Those stung pretty bad. Those stung pretty damn bad. But takeaways from the tournament. I think we have a pretty diverse map pool for Hardpoint, which is good. We definitely need to clean up Hardpoint on certain situations again. We said a lot of our thought process. Watch us play frequency Hardpoint all those times throughout the tournament, and you could see our plan on different hills isn't consistent enough. And that's what I feel like sets us apart. Like, sometimes our plan is fucking A+ spot on as a team, and then sometimes it's not. We look very discombobulated. And I don't know if that's a comms thing, if we just aren't thinking about the hills correctly sometimes. But when we play the same Hardpoint map back to back, and it looks different of like what we're trying to do, that's not good. S&D, pretty solid on our picks. Need to clean up a couple things. I feel like we learned a lot on Arsenal, which is really good. And I feel like we learned a lot on Gridlock and Hossie. So that's also good. Need to keep improving on our, like, basically other teams' picks. Our picks are very strong still. Control. Control's a tough one. Like, we went 6-2. The only one we got legitimately outplayed, like, hard was the frequency versus Gen G. Other than that, our control looked pretty damn good. I feel like we had a really good shot of beating 100T on the Gridlock control. But man, we got to figure out a way to come out on top on a control versus 100T. Because we're fucking close. And every time we play them on control, it's probably going to be going map 5. Both teams making mistakes. Anyway, we're going to both keep improving on control. But man, we got to do it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We have some plans of how we're going to fix certain things on hardpoint, especially, that I think will make things more consistent for us. And I just need to keep hammering shit into our heads in hardpoint so it looks like we have the same thought process in multiple situations in hardpoint. Like, it's not clean enough. You know what I mean? It's got to get better. But yeah, we have plans of what to fix. Other teams are going to be cleaning up their mistakes as well. We definitely, I said this after London too, and it sucks saying it again, but we can win. I know we can. You know what I mean? I'm confident. We have the tools. You can see it. And it sucks that weren't able to do it here. Fuck, man. I would have loved to see a grand final versus 100T.